Ladies and gentlemen, it is July 7th, Monday. It is currently about to be 3:30 p.m. Today was a pretty light day in the morning. Didn't really worked only a few hours, and then pretty much just got home, got ready, got a workout in, and then now I'm just pretty much back. And then I will have some private clients, but not until like later on, till like 6 up to like 9 p.m. Gonna be out a little later than I typically like today, but it's okay. Gotta do what you gotta do, right, to get better business. But it is a super hot day today in Vegas. It is 107, so I'm fucking getting cooked right now. I'm sweating and I have the AC on still, so it's crazy. The heat's getting pretty bad. I know it was raining last week, but now it's just gonna start picking up. And the crazy thing is that the heat doesn't get away until maybe beginning of October. That's when it starts getting like a little fresher, which is fucking nuts. And to be fair, this past winter, I feel like it went so fast. I feel like it was only cold for like 1 month. That was it, 1 month. And our cold in Vegas is like mid 60s. That's pretty much as cold as it gets here. Maybe at super late at night or super early in the morning, like 4 or something, it's like maybe high 50s, maybe, but it's really rare. But yeah, it's not too bad here. Obviously, it's usually always like pretty chill, the weather. It's just when it's high, it's fucking hot. So anyways, today I just wanted to go over the importance of including variety of sets and reps into your routine, into your workouts. So variety of sets and reps. So first we'll go over some set variations. So you got your drop sets, your supersets. What else? Those are really the most popular ones, but there is other kinds of more technical sets like rest pause sets, which we'll just stick to those 3 for now. So superset, you're doing 2 things at the same time. And these are alternating things, so they're not working the same muscle. So this could be something like you're doing a lat pull down and then you're going to do a tricep push down. One is working the triceps, one is working the lats, a little bit of biceps and whatnot. But they're called alternating exercises because they're using different muscles, and that's why they're called a superset, because But a drop set, this is the most basic kind of set you can include. You can add in more volume into your workout, more intensity. In my opinion, it's a lot more funner, enjoyable than doing another set, which is called a straight set, which is your typical 3x10 of 45 pounds. So instead of doing that, you could do, let's say, 1 set of 45 pounds and then drop it down to 35 pounds. That's called a drop set. You're doing a drop set. Typically, drop sets are right away. So right when you're done with that, what I like to call top set, meaning your most challenging, most heavy weight, you drop it down right away and you do a drop set. So no break, no nothing, and then you go right into your drop set. It's lighter, so it won't be as fatiguing, obviously, but you're already fatiguing in terms of the weight, but it will be fatiguing because you just finished that heavy set, so it kind of evens out in a way. So you're not doing the same kind of weight, but you are already fatigued in terms of energy wise and whatnot, and stimulus wise. So you're dropping down to that 45, or I said 35, and now you can get an even more volume in, which volume in just means the total volume that you're getting in a week for each muscle group. So just play around with the amount of volume you do. That's what I always recommend. But what else? Where were we at? So drop set, superset, we went over straight set. So a rest pause set is pretty much you do a set, you pause or take a break for like maybe 30 seconds tops, and you go again with the same exact weight until failure. So let's say I'm benching 45s on each side, dumbbells, and I get 10 reps, and that's to failure. So I stop it, I take maybe 15 to 30 seconds break, and I go right at it again. Same weight and everything. That's called a rest pause set. So there's things to try. Obviously, there's so many variations to try. You can search them up. You can do your own research, implement into your own routine, figure out what you like. It's really preference in the end. So I'm saying all this shit about different kinds of sets, but really just find what you like to do. That's really the main thing. But I'm only kind of preaching these kinds of sets because, you know, a lot of people may not know about them, and you know, they're cool. They're enjoyable in my opinion. It adds more fun, more intensity. It's harder. It just adds a different level of like intensity and kind of a, I guess, stimulus into your routine, because it's way different on forcing yourself to do that same weight for the same amount of reps for the same amount of sets, rather than just playing around with those variations. But okay, so now we're gonna go over some variations of reps. So there's obviously a lot of kinds of reps you're doing. So the most basic ones are obviously tempo reps, which you're using a specific tempo. So eccentric, let's say on the bench, eccentric way down, concentric way up. So typically I like to do 2 second eccentric and like a 1 second concentric. So 1, 2 way down, and then 1 second up. So that's the normal like kinds of reps that people do, tempo reps. Obviously when you're beginning off, you don't give a fuck, you just do whatever, you just get it up and down somehow, right? But eventually, once you get more experience, you'll learn how to use like a specific tempo that works for you. But besides this, you know, you can utilize a more like, I guess, time under tension kind of reps, where you're really taking your time down in the eccentric. You're doing up to like 4 seconds, like super slow, and then you're shooting it up, or you're even easing it up. Those are kind of different reps. What else? Obviously you have your half reps, but those aren't really necessary. But let's say on a hack squat, something I kind of like to do sometimes as a little burner or intensifier. I like to, on a hack squat, let's say I'm almost done, let's say I'm on my last set, as a burner intensifier, just to fucking finish cooking my legs, I like to, so you normally go down full range of motion. So a rep in this intensifier would be, so you go down, you go up halfway or 3/4, you go down again, and then you do a full rep. So you're doing that over and over again. So it's almost like you're almost doing like 2 reps or 1.5 rep, and that counts as 1, if that makes sense. So that shit burns. If you've never tried that, I would try it out. But and there's so many kinds of reps that it's so hard I can't even fucking think. But we'll just leave it at that. This video is long enough. My car is on, it's running, and it's not good obviously. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share, and follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Have a good one.